catch it with this hand, you gotta get rid of this one. So you're gonna toss this one. So you're gonna toss this one. Start with ready for this one.
That's what he told me.
Start like that?
No. Have two.
Okay.
But start, like have one in each hand.
Okay.
And just do this, like throw, and then throw.
Yeah, you gotta get ready to catch the other one. So there you go.
Yeah, and just work on doing that.
Once you get your wrist motion down, then you're just tossing it back and forth. Then you throw 3 in, and it's a piece of cake.
I got it. I got it.
See? 2. Oh.
I mean, everybody in this house is a threat.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, when we were around yesterday, you were like, I'm a threat.
Hello, Glasshouse players.
I'm saying people openly said it, so I feel
hello,
like I'm an open
viewers who
threat more
are
than
watching
most people.
online.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be...
Thank you all for watching yesterday and returning today.
Who knows what's going to happen?
I look forward to our time together, and I hope
Do you
you
think
all
you have a
do
good feeling,
too.
though, that I'm going to be in limbo?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. But I'm not gonna stab you in the back or tell you one thing and do something else. If you ask, I'm gonna be honest with you.
So you think I'm for sure going to be?
I think at this point, I think that you just need to
Wait for audio, I'm having
listen
issues.
to me yesterday, and I wish you would have came and talked to me first before you did all that stuff. Because
I
I feel
didn't. The only person I talked to yesterday was Andrea, and all we brought up was Apollo and Erica's name.
And you also brought up.
Players, can you hear this voice?
No.
Then you need to come to the wall.
I guess it's all going to matter when we go to limbo.
I need to put more clothes on.
I hate that other team if I was you. Right?
Yeah, but I mean, what are we going to do?
Well, so.
Yeah.
Everyone here?
No.
We're missing Julie.
We're yeah.
I think she's in. There you are.
Are you wearing your glasses then? I'm wearing
We're missing.
Yes, it was a rough night last night.
No, it wasn't. I just woke up with a headache.
Girls still, aren't we?
Okay, no, you're good. You're good. Just been bothering me this morning.
I got you.
All right.
Andrea.
Players,
Yes.
Where's Andrea?
I want to address a few notes and concerns that are floating around in cyberspace.
Uh-oh.
Concerns.
A lot of the viewers are starting to call me Fari.
Fari.
Sorry.
I say Gina.
Why Fari?
I would be concerned too.
And even you players inside the glass house have started to refer to me as Oracle. In my opinion, neither name suits me.
Oh.
She loves
Let's see if we can do better.
Gina.
Gina? For
Over the next few days, I would like the viewers and the Glass House players to start thinking about what my name should be.
This is fun.
It is fun.
After our first episode airs on Monday night, I'll let the viewers make the final decision.
Great.
Okay.
Viewers, post your ideas on the discussion boards or send them to us on Twitter. I look forward to everyone's suggestions.
I'm gonna tweet it out.
The bubble.
Secondly, for you viewers out there, I hope you can appreciate the fact that I have been calling you viewers today and not fans.
Oh, ouch.
I may have gotten ahead of myself yesterday, as so many of you have pointed out online.
They hate us.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Fans are something that must be earned, and not everyone out there is a fan. Yet.
Wow.
But I'm sure the Glass House players will be winning you over very soon. Maybe even today.
I need to put clothes on. Oh, that's true. It's gonna be I'm running.
Let's get down to business. Players, from the time to time during your stay in the Glass House, I will allow you to share with our viewers stories that will enlighten and entertain your loyal following. This is your chance to make a lasting impression.
She just said we didn't have a loyal following.
This is your window to the world. The only opportunity you have for an uncensored dialogue with the world. Don't disappoint.
Oh, no pressure.
It's your first week living in the glass house, and the viewers are dying to get to know you better. Now is your best chance to tell them a little more about you. No need to stop what you're doing. Stay where you are. I will find you.
Bum, bum, bum. Shall we scatter?
And back to living room basketball.
Here's how this will work. Right now, the viewers are voting on which personal story everyone should share in the glass house.
So they're going to decide what type of story?
That's good.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Here are the options.
Oh.
Patience, young woman.
If you found a magic lamp, what would your 3 wishes be? Or, what has been your biggest mistake or regret in life,
Oh,
and
obviously.
why?
Magic lamp.
Stand by for the viewer's choice.
Go with
Doesn't
magic
want to know
lamp.
everyone's biggest mistake.
They want the magic lamp.
I don't think they do.
No way.
They want
even
the
close.
magic lamp.
That will not even be
Power and
Oh,
blind
They're both
being.
pretty good.
You want the magic lamp.
3 magic lamp wishes.
I'm game.
Like to be in private.
Conquer juggling.
You know what, you need to make sure you get your clothes and
Where's
run
the
to that
big spots in
room
there?
because you know
But
it's
I
live,
think
so
what
they
will be my
can see
goal
you.
before we leave
I
here.
know.
Dude, if you really just started trying to learn how to juggle, you're the quickest one in the world.
That's
Our biggest.
Help me
You know what it
pick.
took me to teach myself to do that?
What should I pick? I want to be
Oh,
cute, Mama. Can I be pink?
2-2?
Should I
3-3?
pink?
All right,
Right.
I'm on your side.
This is the harder side.
This is going to be a shoe game.
It's okay, we can work.
We got the height.
Right. But
We got the brains.
building will
Debatable. Debatable.
Yeah, that'll help you in volleyball.
It is a hard
You
question.
going to 11? What house are you going to?
Unbreakable bonds. Just building workable.
I'm not.
No. Dude, you and I are going into limbo.
You want to know my biggest regret? I was 21 years old at the time. I sent out 40-some different letters with my photos to every agency from New York, Miami, Milan, everywhere. And Boss Models from New York, one of the big, mailed me a 3-year contract. And I didn't do it. Why? Because I had everyone, my friends and family, saying, New York's so far away, you don't need to go do that. And I did not sign that contract. I mean, my whole life would have been different right now because I had a 3-year contract with the biggest
You should
agency
say
in the
that.
world.
I mean, why are you embarrassed to say that? That's, I mean... Dude, you and I, this game is so ridiculous so far.
Actually, if they say me, I'm just going to shut that door and do it right here with you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can do it right here, right?
Yeah.
Right now.
Dude, isn't that sad?
Well, that's the one because I've thought about that for the last 9 years now.
Isn't that sick that one of us is going to go home?
Yep.
this is a disadvantage, I think.
Oh,
Remember, this is your chance to have the spotlight,
Who?
so make the most of it.
Yeah, I'm making
And
it
if
bad.
you'd like some privacy to tell the stories, you're more than welcome. I will make sure the world hears you, no
Ori?
matter where you are inside the glass house.
Sounds good.
Who was it, Ori?
2-zip.
but we don't know what the question is yet.
No, but
Maybe they won't tell us.
Holly, you gonna play?
Let's
Get on
find
that
out
pitch.
what the viewers want you to talk about.
Ask and you shall receive.
With 74% of the viewer vote,
Regret
the viewers
mistake.
have selected biggest regret.
Yeah.
Or mistake in life. All right.
Surprise. 2-zip.
Oh.
That's a bad
Hit the
serve.
net and didn't go over?
They didn't make it over, so we get it.
All right. It's 0 serving.
all right, I'm gonna. You
Don't
gonna
kill
get
it. Don't kill
No,
it.
you have to serve it.
No, serve it.
What's that?
That was a 3-man
She gotta get it over.
serve.
Serve.
Hold on. She's gonna serve. You gotta get it over.
Oh, I was giving it to
Am I
you
allowed
to
to
serve. I
jump?
was pushing
all
it just so you know what I'm
You
saying.
didn't want to serve.
I was giving it to you to serve.
All right, okay. All right, here we
That's
go.
a very interesting topic. Remember, you're not just sharing with one another, but with everyone around the World Wide Web.
That totally counted, right?
When I call on you, you'll each have some time to tell your story. Make it a good one.
Nice.
This could make a difference between going
That's a one
home
for us.
and winning $250,000.
Yeah.
I didn't drop off furniture, it was all me.
Let's start with Stephanie.
Ooh, sorry.
Tell us your story.
All right, I'm
We're
gonna.
going in reverse alphabetical order.
Okay. Can I go into the Twitter booth to talk?
You can go wherever you want.
Is that okay?
Go wherever you choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say it right here in front of everyone.
Can you see me? I guess. Okay. I'll just pretend like you can because there's a camera there. So hopefully, I guess I get not a lot of time to think about this. So my biggest mistake or regret in life, I would say, let me think about it. I don't know. I never really dated in high school or anything, and like never. So I went to college, and I wish that I'd been more confident in myself at that time. So I think I was confident in myself as like an intellectual or academic type person, but not like relationship wise, especially like around guys. So I didn't really date a lot of people, and kind of ended up in a long-term relationship with the first guy that sort of wanted to date me. And I mean, he was a really nice person, but I think that there were a lot of decisions that I didn't make because of being in that relationship. Like going off for college to some big internship. He was like, well, you'd be in a different city. I was like, oh, all right, I would. So I can't do that. I think I just didn't have the self-confidence when it came to relationships. I sort of thought, well, this is a nice person and they like me, so I guess I should just be kind of grateful for that. Yeah, if I was going to do it again, I would go back and like tell my 18-year-old self that be like, Stephanie, you're cool. Like, hold out and no, don't just like jump into the first like relationship and kind of give up other things in life for it. So I think that's probably my biggest regret or mistake. It definitely made me not go off and do things for myself as much. I probably didn't go to grad school right after college because of that as well. I was like, oh, well, I can't leave the city, right? I'm dating somebody. Yeah. So I'd go back to like 18-year-old Stephanie and I'd be like, you know what? You're cool. Who cares? We haven't really dated. It's okay. Like, you're a cool person. It's going to work out eventually. And I don't know, like, don't give up the other stuff in life just for that. So yeah, I go back and give myself a little injection of confidence in the relationship.
Wrapping it up.
That's all. See ya.
Robin, you're next.
I like it.
Take your head off with that one.
You good?
Sorry.
Set.
All right.
It's all you.
Yes, Miss. Hi. I don't mean to have a cop-out, but my biggest regret is also my biggest joy. I came out of graduate school with a master's in criminal justice, and at the time had an amazing opportunity possibly to work with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C., possibly to go into the DEA or the FBI or the ATF. I went home briefly to Indiana to help family with aging relatives, which is not a regret. While I was there, I met my husband, got married, had a daughter, and never went back into the field that I really, really love. Unfortunately, only the federal government can tell you you're too old, and I am officially too old. So by the time we had done all of our moves, we moved 6 or 7 times in 14 years. And by the time we got done with our moves, I was over 37 years of age, and you have to be under 37 years of age to apply to the federal government. So my biggest regret is that I didn't go into what I wanted to do, and that I played it safe. Now, And I've never played it safe again. I've done some really risky stuff since then. But the fact of the matter is, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have the great kids that I have today. I wouldn't have the great friends that I have today. So it all worked out. And at 43, I've been able to do some amazing things, including a sex blog and travel all over the world and country. It all works out. It all works out. And today I'm myself. I'm myself. And I don't play it so safe anymore. Thanks.
Mike, you're next. Mike, you're next.
I can go anywhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, it's you and me. I told you shouldn't have been captain.
They say you were the captain. Then it'd be the same thing.
How's here? Is this good?
Perfect.
Okay. You know what? You can hear it, but I just don't want to hear you. Okay. Biggest regret is this happened a couple years ago, and it still bothers me to this day. But I was driving along in my car, and things were going fine, and all of a sudden, I hit something, and I didn't know what it was. So I stopped my car, and I got out, and I looked behind it, and I hit this bunny, this like big bunny. And I was like, oh my God. And so the bunny was kind of, it was moving on the road, he was still alive, and I felt like irresponsible. I mean, what do? Do I bring him to the vet? I just didn't know what to do. So he was suffering. So I thought the best move would be to put him out of his misery. So I got my car, and I backed up over it. And I looked in front, and he was still moving. I'm like, oh my God. And so, I went over it again. And I went back and forth like several times. I couldn't kill the thing. So he was still moving around. He's kind of hopping. And I look over to the side of the road, and it was like 12 or 13 little baby bunnies. I hit the mother. And so, I mean, all right, I'm responsible not only for this thing in the road, but I'm responsible for all the babies. So I couldn't live with that. So I got my car, and I ran over the babies too. So I killed them all. And, today, it bothers me that I did that. But, no, you're not going to get me to cry. That's it, okay? I killed them all. Goodbye.
Wow. Kevin, you're next.
Who is?
I don't want to do it from in there.
Do the toilet. You don't want to.
Brett is answering this question.
Do you want to? You can go in there if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
Or you can just stand right in that camera if you want to talk in front of us.
Talking in the camera?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. If you don't want to be private.
Do you need some privacy?
No, I got no secrets. I've had this question asked to me many times.
We can see you anywhere.
Yeah. Oh.
Like even
In the bathroom?
My biggest single regret in life, and I've had this question asked to me many times, and my answer's always been the same, is because I had my daughter so young, I was never able to serve in the military, which is something that I wanted to do. And because of the job that I work in, I work with a lot of people who have served our country, and I got a tremendous amount of respect for them. And it's always something that I wish I could have done, but unfortunately the circumstances, I had priorities here at home. So it's always been a regret of mine. I wish I could have served the country at least for 4 years. So that's my biggest regret. And that's the truth, Ruth.
High five. Low five. That's such a good answer too. It sounds like a suck-up answer, except that it's
No,
true.
it's the truth.
It's true. He's wearing a high and tight.
Joy.
Yeah, we're all
Serving now.
Oh,
Big Joy Leroy.
Oh gosh, I'll just say it to you because I don't feel awkward. I feel like, no, just kidding. I feel like my biggest regrets in life, and it's really easy for me to say, are any time that I've hurt another person. Like the things that I've done to myself, they've helped me grow, and they've made me like a better and a stronger person. So I don't regret anything that I've done that's affected me, but I really regret the times in my life where I've hurt other people, and specifically like my daughter. father because now we're really good friends. He's got a really wonderful woman in his life, and they're getting married. So I regret that because he's the father of my child, and we went through a really rough spot because we were kids, and we made a lot of mistakes as as children, as kids having a kid, and I regret that. I wish I would have been a better friend to him, so that but I get the opportunity to be a friend to both of them now. So there you go. Okay.
That is
So
Well, you got therapy.
I know.
Like,
oh my God.
Thank you guys for accepting me. Okay.
Because everyone else is kind of like going private.
Jeffrey,
Yeah,
you're
come on.
next.
Yes.
Jeffrey, you're next.
Yes. Hello. I'm here and I'm ready to answer the question. Biggest regret or mistake? I don't think there are such things as mistakes in life. I think there's just opportunities to learn and grow. So I don't think I've made any mistakes. I mean, there's been some rough patches, but I don't consider them mistakes. And regrets, I don't regret much, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I would regret. I feel like I live life to the fullest. I am a direct communicator, and there's no looking back. I feel like forward momentum is the answer, and I don't have a good, juicy answer to that question. So that is my answer to the question.
You go.
Jacob, your turn.
You ready? My biggest regret in life was when I was 21 years old. I sent off about 30 pictures and a big long letter to about 40 different modeling agencies around the United States. Literally just wanted to show them who I was and write a little bit about myself and see if any of them wanted to, sign me, because I was living in Oregon, so there was no agencies there. So I ended up getting a letter from Boss Models in New York, which is one of the top 5 agencies in the world, and they sent me a 2-year contract to sign with them and come fly to live in New York and model for them. And I just didn't end up doing it. I think a lot of people thought it was just too far away, and that it wasn't a good move to live so far from home, and a lot of people were telling me not to do it and whatever. So that would be my biggest regret, was not signing that contract with Boss Models, because I'd probably be just totally doing something. I mean, I'd probably be so much more higher on what I want to do in life if I would have signed that contract. So that would be my regret.
Holly, you're next. Holly, you're next.
You spiked it and talked smack.
Hey viewers! Okay, so in my life I wouldn't say I have many regrets or mistakes that I've done or I regret doing. The only thing I would probably say is I regret not sharing enough of my time to give back to the community, to donate, to just spend some quality time with other people in need that actually need it. And I feel like sometimes I can get a little selfish and kind of do my own thing, or something that's only going to be important for me and my family, and I just kind of excluded everyone else out, including people who are trying to be friends with me. I'm a very private person. My best friends are my family, so I regret also not allowing people in my life as well. And so, but as far as giving back, that's also why the reason I'm here. If I was to win the $250,000, I want to donate a sizable portion to support cancer research. There's so many people out there who suffer from cancer, or who has gone through and seen someone else go through such a tragedy, that I want to be able to support and give back. So I'm here for those people out there. I'm here to show my support.
Is this a future regret?
What was that?
Is this a future regret?
Well, my regret as in like in my lifetime is that I didn't spend enough quality time and share my time with other people in need. Either if that was sitting there and just taking the time with the handicap or with the community and just kind of giving back my time, because I was so consumed in what I was doing in my own life and trying to see where I can succeed in my own goals. And I think it's all about giving back, and we got to remember that it's a blessing, and it's a blessing that we wake up every day with a roof over our head, a meal, and
Okay,
clothes on our back.
Jean, you're next.
Can I walk through the whole house?
She done
Or do I have to be in a room?
Just talk right there, no secrets. Let's go.
I'm not hiding like everybody else. I'm gonna do it wherever I want. My biggest mistake. I'm gonna go with mistake. It's not really a regret. It's got to be I was dating an awesome girl, and I was pretty much a tool, and I was way too into partying and clubbing and doing whatever to make the long distance relationship thing work. So and she was everything that I could have ever wanted in a girlfriend. Like she would like send me cards and care packages and pictures all the time, and called me 40 times a day, and like flew to see me all the time. And the biggest kind of mistake in that whole relationship, she went to Europe for like 3 months, and she would call me every day from Europe, and I would rush her off the phone because I was more concerned about like the phone bill. Like I didn't want her to be paying so much for the phone bill, calling me, and I was like, no, I'll talk to you when we get back. And then just from that, it put the distance strain on there. And then when we broke up, I was kind of so hurt by it that I faked my own death just so that she would totally call and be like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Like, oh my God, is he okay? So for like a month, she thought I was dead. And then after that, obviously, she like never forgave me for that. And that's my biggest mistake in life right there.
Whoa. Erica, you're next.
Whoa.
Who just confessed? Oh no, Jean.
My biggest regret is, in all seriousness, I guess probably not going for what I wanted after college and going through the jobs I went through after college. I was I was an English and poli-sci major, and then I wanted to be like a real person, and I thought there was a way to be like a real adult. And I got into finance, and I didn't like it. And then I did law school, and I didn't like it. And I need to find some creative work because that's like what I love to do. And during that time, I didn't really do the work to get to know myself because it seemed like a lot of work, because it is. And I got engaged during that time, and I harbor no ill will to him, but I broke that off. And that, again, was because I didn't want to do the work to get to know myself. And sometimes I think in your 20s, you're scrambling so hard just to be at the end of whatever it is you're trying to get to that you just pick somebody and you let them tell you who you are and what you want. And I feel grateful, though, to have, to have arrived at where I am, even though it feels like I'm doing my 20s in reverse because now I'm a cocktail waitress. But otherwise, I'm just riding along on this pleasure cruise we call life, folks.
Great answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to play? No.
No, really, that was good. That was well. That was
Yeah, that was
very
well.
Double cheers.
Ashley.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you want here? Oh no, I'm good. I have one. I went through a relationship where I was in it for about 5.5 years, and not discrediting him in any way. He's a great guy. He just was not for me, and I think I settled and I put who I was and what I wanted and what I needed in a relationship aside. And for the majority of that relationship, I was kind of miserable, and I was trying to save face with everyone, which I know a lot of people do. You try to save face with your family, your friends. And I mean, he's a great guy. I'm not taking it away. It's just he was not made for me. And my biggest regret is that I settled for so long, in something that I knew was not what I needed and what was right. So that was my biggest regret. But honestly, I can't even say that I regret it. It was a mistake. I don't regret it because I feel like I learned from it and I moved on. I am with a guy right now that loves me with everything in his body, and I love him too, and he gives me everything that I need. So I don't feel like that guy was a mistake, a regret. He was he wasn't a mistake. Just the situations that I put myself. Me settling was a mistake. Period. He's a great guy. Hey, and then hey, I'm sorry. But
sorry to out you like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, boo. Ex-boo. But hey, new boo.
The ex-boo
I'm
that
done.
was a boo-boo?
Yeah. Let me take the foot out of my mouth.
You want me to sugarcoat the story
Yes,
later?
please.
That was good.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Cut.
That's a wrap.
That was good, actually.
Nice.
Ah! 5-1. That's all right. Just wait till we get the ball back. Check.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, we're getting beat on screens. 6-1. Here, you play up. I'll play back.
Oh,
turnover. You aren't getting the ball back.
Butterfingers.
Do you want to check? No.
Apollo, you're next.
All right, true 2 on 2. Here we go. Oh, I think we're mismatched here.
Yeah. Okay. I got this big
All
guy.
right. All right.
I got this big.
Oh!
What's going on, everyone? I'm going to the Twitter room because this is where I'm probably going to communicate with all you guys. You guys are going to know my strategy soon, but my biggest regret, which probably is the reason why I even have this strategy, is that there was a time in my life that I sold out my principles in order to chase success and to chase money and all that, and it caused so much emotional pain when I went through it, and I just kind of came to that realization, this past year, that I'm just going to be true to myself this entire show. I'm not going to form any type of skeevious schemes or anything. I'm not going to try to screw anyone over. I'm just going to stay true to myself and no longer, be willing to sell out just to be successful. So my biggest regret was definitely selling out who I was a few years ago, trying to chase success. So just stay up with my Twitter. I'm playing a really interesting game that, some people are going to love it, some people are going to think it's kind of weird, but I'm just going to keep it honest, Reality TV, as honest as it gets. I'm pretty much I'm probably the least person that you would ever think would be on a reality TV show, so I'm just going to have fun with it, so make sure you guys stay in tune. Actually, I'm going to tweet while I'm in here. Make sure you guys follow me. The Glass House Apollo, TGH Apollo.
Andrea, the viewers would like to hear from you. Andrea, your turn.
Andrea.
Oh, how do you like this 1-on-2?
So, I've made a lot of mistakes. Don't have a ton of regrets. Maybe one regret I have is after my when I was pregnant with my second child, Mia. I had the choice of having a C-section or a VBAC after my first daughter was a C-section. And I chose to go with the C-section, and after that really, really bad experience, I could only have, for me it was one more child, that's it. So I have 3 great children, but I am interested and curious to know that if I could have regular deliveries, if I would have more children. I don't know. I feel like my family's pretty perfect and complete the way it is, but there is, always that wonder if maybe I would have chosen differently if my husband and I would have more kids. We'll never know. That's it. Sorry, nothing too exciting.
Alex, you're next.
Sweetheart.
Alex.
You can just talk.
Am I up?
You're on.
My biggest regret in this house was making friends with Jacob, because that put a target on each of our backs because people knew that we were a friendship. So immediately people want to break it up, and that's honestly the biggest regret in my life so far, was doing that. I wish we would have had some sort of weird strategy where we pretended like we didn't like each other. Then people wouldn't have thought that we had each other's backs. So yeah, my regret is being nice to people and making friends and letting other people know about it.
Your face is the best.
That's your biggest regret in life.
So far.
That's it?
In
I mean,
life?
what- I mean,
In life. In
I've
your
had a
entire
good life.
Well, that's good. I can respect that. I hope you have.
I've had a good life. And it's going to continue being good. I mean,
You may, but yeah, it is gonna continue being good.
It's just gonna suck.
Have it.
This weekend is gonna suck, Jacob.
Oh, we get to watch the finals at our house. Said it this time. Didn't say the other thing.
We are all equally entertaining in different ways.
Apparently not mine.
And this is all well and good. However, let's see if the viewers want to do something else.
Should we go back?
Let's see.
Like,
I'm not
Yeah,
going to.
no,
Give me a
hug.
Give me another hug.
I know, but I mean, I just.
But you're going to
Personal
taking things
story.
personally.
I don't know.
Or
Yeah, you're personally voting.
play Guess the Sketch on the glass walls.
I mean, I just don't
Guess
understand
the
you're
sketch.
hugging me.
And I won't do it again. I'm like,
For
I,
those of
because
you
you're taking it like I
wondering, guess
don't like
the
you.
sketch.
And
Yeah,
because I don't like
exactly how I
you.
take it.
Viewers will
I'm a hugger.
choose
I
a
won't hug you
clue
anymore.
to give the players, and they will have to draw it for the other players to guess. And it all happens on the glass walls.
We can draw on that? Are we playing pictures? So
I'm a pretty good guesser.
like me voting for you is like you being
Oh, I thought somebody has to draw.
I'm not being mean to you, but can you at least, I don't care if you get mad at me, but like I'm being honest with you about my feelings.
Get my word.
No, it's not because I love that. Like, this is what it is. It's like,
Oh, you guys are just playing
a bullet with like a bunch of little pellets in it.
Oh, you took my seat, but that's okay. I love you anyway.
Like, you just aim and you don't need
Playing
to.
guess
No,
the
it's okay.
sketch. Guess the
Okay, and I
sketch.
think you need to stop and think. I think that it's whatever happens, you come back to the house, whoever goes down.
I'm horrible
It might
at
not be
storytelling.
you.
I never
I'm
have
not
an
end all
ending
be all.
to
I
my
don't have to
story.
say. I don't even
Doesn't
like
ever
100%
get to a
know what I'm
point.
doing, but I'm
Get to a
being
point.
honest with you about my
It really doesn't. It's horrible.
I feel
That's
like
my mistake in life, is not
learn
going to
from
a
this.
speech class.
That's what you do if you don't go and learn from this experience. Learn
middle,
from the
and
stress that's
plot,
putting you under.
facts, details.
And do it
Yeah, but it gets
differently.
scrambled. Once it's
I
it's
throw a
like
whole
that in
bunch
your
of
head,
words
and
that
it
are
just.
nonsense. Like, where was the point
I'm a
out
nice
of all this?
person.
Oh,
elephants, the green.
give me a couple
like
hours.
seeing
I'll wait for
elephants
you.
in your-
You know what you signed up for? It's like playing chess against somebody and being like, okay, I'm gonna let you win because I'm a nice person. It doesn't mean I'm not a nice
So
person.
they do a
because
drawing
I'm-
up there and we all have
You
to
know what?
guess
I'm being nice.
No, I think
we
we
draw
markers or
We're gonna
something.
take an extra
So
on
viewers
there. I'm not
have
gonna vote for you
decided.
or I'm not gonna
Guess the
vote.
sketch.
They want you to
Lying.
guess the sketch.
That's why I love you.
But I bet there's gonna be something about the drawer.
We're gonna draw on the big
I'm
screen.
sorry. Like, whatever. What do you mean?
Heck yeah, it'll be fun. Everything we do is fun.
Amen.
Because we're fun.
We can write on the wall.
Are we gonna do it here?
She'll tell
Or
us.
like over there?
I'm gonna draw my
I'm like, you know, I'm
Sorry, baby.
So who guesses? The viewers or us?
I'm not.
One of us draws.
One of us draws.
Whoever
You know
gets
what?
it
I think we're
wins.
supposed to go to the
Guesses
back
it
room.
first.
Back room.
The viewers
Oh, yeah.
are going to choose an answer for one member of your team to draw.
Back room.
Where are we drawing it?
She'll tell us.
Are we breaking up into
The person drawing must come to me in the living room to see what the answer is.
So we're
That
out of the
person
living room.
will draw the answer, and the rest of the team must try and guess what he or she is drawing. Remember, no spelling out words or numbers. Although, if someone from your team guesses a word correctly, you may jot it down. You will have 1 minute to draw and guess the correct answer.
No, kind of like
Pictionary.
No,
No, guess the sketch.
What? Which team first?
Divide yourselves into 2 teams,
Oh. We have
and
to
then pick your first sketchers. Do so now.
Girls.
Oh, all right. That's pretty cool.
Girls are way more intuitive.
Yes.
Wait,
All
right.
Who's gonna draw first?
All right.
You guys didn't realize
Who's gonna step up first?
All right.
Let's go. Go team, go.
So the rest of the team.
Let's go.
Go team.
Real good.
Here we go. Bathroom.
Smelling deeper.
Yeah, take the whole thing.
I know, but I need one. I want to.
I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna make one that's like.
I'm sure there's one that says it.
Isn't
Yeah,
that what you said?
I don't know.
No, but I mean, it'll have instead of.
Hey, Oracle or Oracle.
They didn't clean the room.
Do we stay here for the work?
Oh, what are we supposed to face this way?
Well, that's just very rude of you.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Gene, did you
She's
make
very
your bed?
curt.
Huh?
Did you make your bed?
Wait, on what?
That's what it's gonna be.
It's gonna.
Someone Everyone made my
Girls over here.
We have to face this way, and we're writing.
So we should divide it. So like the guys should have all be sitting over there, and the girls.
Do we have to do that?
Yeah, they said we have to be a very clear divide on which two teams.
All right,
They said
okay.
that in the rules earlier.
Okay. I didn't know. I don't
I'm
pay
so sorry,
attention to
so
this.
sorry. Okay, so who's going first? Whoever goes first.
They're out
No,
there
they're out there
actually.
right now.
Apollo and Erica are out there.
We're drawing on the glass.
Oh,
Really?
so it's
Yes.
two teams. So
Well, I don't know. They might both get a clue.
Teams, one at a time, please identify your players and who will be the first to sketch on your team.
So
The girl team, we actually already have Erica out there to sketch. I'm Stephanie.
Ashley,
Robin.
Joy,
Holly.
Andrea.
And that's the girl team.
Sorry, Jeffrey.
I'm Jeffrey, and I'm clearly on the boys team with all the boys here.
I'm Alex.
biggest
I'm
regret
on
in
the
life.
boys team.
I'm Jake the Snake, and I'm on the guys team.
Come on in.
I'm Kevin. I'm on the guys team.
My name's Peter.
Yeah, right.
Hollywood.
Wait.
That's Apollo, our drawer.
Just introduce
Apollo,
us.
Erica, our first drawer. Yeah.
I think we're actually looking that way.
I don't know where we're looking.
Where are we looking?
Which one? She'll tell us.
She's everywhere.
And
Apollo. Oh, that is funny. We are.
You guys are.
Because we know there are cameras.
There's cameras
probably right
everywhere.
Wait. There's cameras in here?
You really all
Oh,
looked at
I'm
the
so
infrared
This
light.
is a reality.
Like we did. We
Did you guys
You can
already
see
get
us through
your
that window
word?
right there.
Yeah.
That
No. Okay, y'all have to go back and get your word.
That's what I thought.
No, wait. Wait. We were
Hey, what are you drawing?
I think we got.
Yeah, we were right. We were
Oh,
right.
y'all come back.
But I won the strip on Amazon. I wonder what the details were.
We're all like.
Apollo!
And then we have to guess.
Apollo!
which one.
Not yet. No, not yet. No.
Oh, right there.
Let's see what we're gonna run into on this journey.
Oh, can I ask the door? Oh, look at it. It's going back and forth. It's like, hello.
Give it.
I don't know.
You guys like?
We're drawing another way.
It's for us.
It's not.
Hey,
Oh.
I'm gonna go sit over there.
All right, guys, go.
There's a camera. I don't.
I love it.
It's an excellent point you make.
And it's like a permanent marker, and we just like.
Angelina Ballerina.
Apollo, Erica, join your teams.
We're idiots. Sorry. Sorry, viewers. This is why we don't have fans.
Means we got 35 seconds.
Hustle, kids.
Smart ones are not.
Dude, I'm a horrible. Like the wind.
Wait till you see how I draw. Oh, horrible. Horrible writing.
Jeffy, you're
Welcome
really good at
back.
drawing.
Do you know what you're drawing on?
No. We're just walking back and forth. Like,
You got the word?
no.
You don't have the word?
We don't know what we're drawing on or what the word is.
supposed to tell us.
Well, we know we're drawing on the glass.
That's
But
what she
Erica
said.
knows.
Whoa,
We
whoa.
are.
They don't know what they're drawing.
It's time for the viewers to make their next selection.
Probably was team goes first.
Which team should draw first?
Okay.
Team Erica,
Woo!
Team Apollo.
Apollo! Apollo 13.
Ladies first.
Stand by for the viewer's decision.
Ladies first.
Ladies
All the
first.
viewers and gentlemen,
If they have
we're
any
gonna let
class
ladies go
respect for
first.
women, ladies first.
In the meantime, let me explain how this works.
Okay.
We are going to play this game in the white bedroom, the one furthest to the back of the glass house, near the bathroom.
P. Diddy's room?
The only one bathroom.
One team should stay on one side of the room and the other team should be on the other side. All drawing should take place on the room's glass door. If a team does not guess correctly and runs out of time, the other team may make one guess to try and steal.
This is gonna be fun.
I feel like we need to clean our door. We got some
I feel like y'all need to clean y'all.
Remember, while you are sketching, do so nice and big so the world can see your artistic capabilities.
All right.
and ridiculed it.
Gene, why you gotta be so negative
Is it come off easy?
all the time, Gene?
All
Such
the
a negative
time? All the
person.
time?
I'm sorry, who got breakfast in
You
bed this morning?
I'm trying to think what sticks out.
Breakfast in bed.
That was the past. What have you done for me lately?
I didn't hear. What?
What has he done for her
Lately,
All
since
right.
breakfast in bed today.
Miss Glass,
It's
if you
been
nasty.
like 2
Are we allowed
hours.
to say like any hand gestures or no?
No,
Whoa,
that's
you're
right.
drawing, dude.
Now that the viewers have decided,
You're
let's
drawing.
see who goes first. Team Apollo.
They don't want to see us embarrass ourselves before you go.
If you have not already done so, please make your way to the back bedroom. And
You're here.
good
We're here.
luck.
You're here.
Wait.
Yeah, but he needs to work. He needs to phrase or whatever.
I'd wait for an instruction.
Apollo, please come to my wall.
There you go.
Hello. Thank you guys for picking me. All right, Oracle, what do you got for me? This is way too much fun.
Apollo, are you feeling confident?
I feel good. I played this game growing up, so it's going to be fun.
Stand by for the viewer's answer.
Make it a good one. What? Oh my God. Come on, guys, don't pick the first one. That's not possible. Oh, man. And I got a minute only? How do you draw that?
Apollo, you have 1 minute to get your team to correctly guess the answer. Your time starts now.
I lost a shoe! I lost my shoe!
All right.
5 words.
5 words.
5 words.
First.
That's a woman.
Pick a different color. I can't see.
That's a cow.
A horse. A goat. A llama. A moose.
Horse.
Bull in a China.
Horn.
Grab the bull by the horns.
Raging bull.
A bull.
Bull.
Five word. Bull. Bull.
Grab the
World. Bull globe.
Grab the bull.
Bull
by the
market.
horns.
Bull.
Bull water. Bull ocean.
Africa.
Bull Durham.
Bull
Bull.
Africa.
Bull Earth. Bull.
Bull China. Bull
Bull China.
Too easy.
Live stream.
Give me something hard, America.
Dude, when I saw that, I'm like, how am I going to draw that in a minute?
Stop. You said that a long
Bull
time
in a
ago.
China shop.
Okay, Erica's team.
Okay, everybody. Guess what?
Look, I'm just like,
Erica, are you feeling confident?
very.
Since this live stream is
Let's do this. Ooh. Interesting. I mean, one is much more literal. It's going to be easier to draw. Ooh, you guys gave me the harder one. All right. Well, should I wait until the
Are you
music
happy
go?
with what the viewers have selected?
I would have preferred the other one, but I like a challenge.
You have 1 minute to get your team to correctly guess the answer. Your time starts now.
This shows up the best. Red one. Hurry.
Go, girl.
One.
Dead. That's right. Dead.
Clown. Dead man walking.
Dead.
Alive.
Deceased. Oh, alive. Alive. Check.
Okay.
No,
Or
alive.
Dead or alive?
30 seconds.
Buried alive. Buried alive.
No, let me think of
What's something that's alive?
Staying alive.
Yes! I did not deserve for you to get that, so I'm glad you did.
I got your back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like, how do you write
How do you draw Stain? Who's up next?
Dang, that was
Jeff,
good.
you
From the men's team, please visit my wall.
Let's go, Jeff.
That was very good.
Who's drawing next for us?
That was all Robin, man.
Huh?
Who wants to draw next
I
for
was
us?
thinking about
Let's see
doing.
if you guess.
All right.
Jeffrey, you have 1 minute to get your team to correctly guess the answer. Your time starts now.
Nice work. Oh.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Yes.
Waves.
How many words?
Oh, lips.
Lips.
3 words. 3
Oh,
words.
Kiss.
Kiss a girl.
Kiss me.
Kiss a girl.
Kiss my
Kiss my
lips.
butt.
grits.
My
Thanks.
butt.
How did you guess that? How did you guess kiss my girl?
Nice.
You don't understand the South. You understand kiss my grits.
Yeah.
Just put cheese in them, please. And
Just
sugar
I
for
can
me.
kiss my
I
butt.
wrecked my shirt.
I like that brown sugar.
That's commitment. That's commitment.
First time I wrecked a pair of pants, so.
Our team's doing great. I busted my butt. You ripped your pants.
What is that second thing?
I feel like I need to
I was gonna drop it.
Your next
clearly a
representative.
grit.
Go.
Everybody wants to see
Oh, we
their
should
money
erase
back.
that.
To draw.
We should erase that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is not fair. I don't know.
Joy, you have 1 minute to get your team to correctly guess the answer. Your time starts now.
Let's go.
Not feeling good.
She got it. You got it. Break it down.
Come on. 3 words.
Gourd?
Fist, hand.
Temperature.
Rolling pin.
Is that a gun? Is that a grenade?
Is it a finger? Oh my
Man.
goodness.
Is it a hand? A thumbs up?
A bowling pin.
A middle finger?
Do something else here.
I said
A vegetable.
I asked about
You'll find out in 30 seconds.
card.
Right.
Wheel.
A car. Wheels on a bus. Wheels on a bus go round and round. A tractor. A
SUV.
a
Something about
a
hitchhiker.
car.
Is it a vehicle word in the middle?
A Hummer.
Okay, car.
Engine, transmission.
Automobile. Wheel, tire, bumper, body.
Ride.
A van.
Left.
Thumb
Right.
ride,
A
hitchhiker.
van.
Okay. Van. Something van.
Rip Van Winkle?
Rip Van Winkle? Yeah, that's a good one. No? Van. Something Van Dyke. Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke. No. No.
Mom.
Time's up. So sorry. Men's team, you have a chance to steal.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Something Van blank, right?
Rip Van Winkle.
No, there,
Rip
said
Van
that.
Van.
Don't give them anything.
It's a person, right? So
Yeah.
they say Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke.
How much time do we have?
A second.
I don't know.
Just keep going.
10 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vanilla Ice.
Van. Is there a movie with
Did they
Van
say-
in it?
Oh, yeah.
something
Van
Van.
Van Damme. What's his first name?
John Van Damme. John Van Damme. No.
What was Van
Your
Halen?
answer.
Eddie Van Halen.
They're getting taller. They're getting taller.
That's like everything.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out how to do that.
I love that they got Dick Van Dyke. That's so great. How would you draw the first and third word?
You have to make people think of who the person is. I couldn't. You know, I couldn't.
Before we leave you today, there is one small treat I have in store. Seeing as you've all been behind my glass walls, you haven't had a chance to catch up on what's going on in the world. Well, this is your chance. Viewers, what sporting result should we share with Glasshouse players?
That's cool.
What are the choices?
Okay, so
Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Duh.
Or Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Stanley Cup.
Players stand by for the viewer's decision.
Because that could be a determination if or else it's going to game 7 if they lost.
Can we get Bachelorette results
Yeah,
next
Game
time,
6.
Andrea?
We want to know who was eliminated from The Bachelorette.
You do want to know.
I do. I totally want to. I want a bachelorette.
Wait, who is it that she got pissed off at? It was like, you're going home.
That's what I want to know. Was it or was it? I'm like serious.
I was trying to draw a guitar. I'm curious. I don't remember how to do it. We saw the teasers and we don't get to see. How do you do? Oh yeah, that's right. I just remember it now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a guy's treat, the sports thing. You know, girls
I'm
like
sorry.
sports.
No.
Well, would you want to know? Show?
I want to know the Stanley Cup.
I
Okay.
want to know the same.
I know.
thing.
Yeah, I got
See,
one.
stereotype.
How many of you are sports fans? I enjoy racquetball in my spare time.
Many women are sports fans.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Georgie. She would get a personality.
She just said
Coming out of a little shell.
I'm a die-hard football fan.
No, I know that.
Die-hard. We were discussing plays yesterday.
That's her name. She's gonna be Gina.
Me and my girl like bet on
What's
sports,
vagina?
and then like whoever loses has to do the dishes. It's the best way to figure out who does the
And the girl
chores.
was like, hi,
Just bet on the sports team.
Instead
Yeah,
of
we
Gina,
have
he's like, oh,
on the sports
Gina.
team.
She's like, no, it's Gina.
I say hi to all my friends.
Oh,
Hi, Kristen.
I'm a good sports fan. I wouldn't say I'm a die-hard sports fan. I love competition.
What's your favorite football team?
That is cute.
I miss my wifey. Maybe say that.
The votes are tallied. The viewers want you to know the results of Stanley Cup Finals.
All right, I'm down with that.
In Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, here are the results.
She's so weird.
Los Angeles Kings 6,
That's it.
New Jersey Devils 1.
Go Kings! Woo! Gretzky!
And with that victory, Lord Stanley's Cup has new home in Los Angeles
Yeah, baby!
as the Kings won the
Yeah.
series.
LA all day.
You're welcome.
I like how she says you're welcome before you say thank you.
She's like,
She's like a
It's been a very revealing hour. I know I've learned
overtime?
a lot, and I'm sure the viewers have as well.
We're great.
Bye. Kisses.
I don't think we're. Are we done?
I thought we were playing a game.
What's the word?
Viewers, don't forget to rejoin us on Thursday at
Cup
12 noon
champions are-
Pacific,
Oh, God,
9
God.
Eastern.
Come back.
Tune
Go
in
do
to
it.
see the
LA
Glass
Kings.
House players get active. Players, say goodbye to your viewers. And remember to steer clear of stones.
Steer clear of what?
Stones. I have
Don't throw any
absolutely
stones.
no game on that.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get the chance.
No,
I felt like I was close to someone right there.
Well, has anybody in this house been throwing stones?
Yes.
Rolling marbles. No.
I know, like at this time of day, my kids are at school.
Remember, over the next few days, I would like the viewers and Glass House players to start thinking about what my name should be.
Yeah.
After our first episode airs on Monday night, I'll let the viewers make the final decision. Viewers,
I gotta tweet
post
some
your
ideas.
ideas on the discussion boards or send them to us on Twitter. I look forward to everyone's suggestions.
Huh?
Boom
This is the time where, like, I know, like,
I like
I
own
know my
that, but there's
kids,
copyright problems with that.
and, like, that's
Remember from what was
Their
that?
parents, my brother's at work all of the
Nickelodeon
time.
show?
You know,
watch
they
it?
have it
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
up on their computer.
So yeah, I'm 27. We're pretty close.
That's so cool.
Legends of the Hidden
See, I don't know if mine is watching.
I'm like, I'm hoping your parents
That's
listen to when the live stream is and you're tuning in.
Legends of the Hidden Demo.
Yeah.
I gotta have a contemplative.
Although after that whole display, part of me is hoping that my kids weren't watching.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, I just need to get some of it out. He's just freaking out. He's mad at me right now.
He's mad at everybody.
Because he's freaking out. And I gave him a hug. He's like, I don't know why you're hugging me if you're going to vote for me.
Well, did you hear what his regret was?
Yeah.
I
Regret making friends in this house with Jacob.
because now I'm a target.
Because now I'm a target. And
Speaking and being
As
nice
if
to
that
him.
was
he's
the
not
reason.
listening to me. He's like, I'm a target because I'm friends with Jacob. And I was like, you're a target because when you, it's like a gun that has like shrapnel. Like you shoot it and it's going to spread everywhere. Like you need to be more controls and he doesn't listen to me. He's not going to listen to anybody. He's just mad right now and not listening. I feel like you can't get through to him. My biggest
If you
regret.
don't mind my
Oh no, I don't mind sharing it. I said like my regrets never have to do with how I've lived my life because I learned from my mistakes and I don't have any regrets with anything I've done personally to me that's affected me. But my biggest regret is always when I hurt people that I care about. And so there are just some things I could have handled with my daughter's father, and treated him more, been a better friend to him in a time, and I regret that because he is a good person. He's the father of my kid, and I wish I would have handled some things better. So.
That was good.
Yeah, it is.